Of the film in Beverly walking out of the event.
Yeah, they were outraged after actor Richard Dreyfuss apparently made shocking comments during the event. So we want to go to NBC 10.
Richard Dreyfuss, a famous actor known for his great roles in Hollywood, has faced some very tough moments. One of the hardest was when his son Harry said he was assaulted, bringing shocking news and a lot of pain to the Dreyfuss family. But that's not the only trouble Richard has faced. Over the years, he has been canceled by many because of his behavior and comments, hurting his career and changing how people see him. Richard started as a talented and respected actor, winning awards and admiration. But now his name is often linked with negative stories and scandals. How did this happen? And how did it affect his family? Today we will explore Richard Dreyfuss's career, the tragic events involving his son, and the controversies that have followed him. Early life. Richard Stephen Dreyfuss was born on October 29, 1947 in Brooklyn, New York. His parents, Norman and Geraldine Dreyfuss, played significant roles in shaping his early life. Norman Dreyfuss was an attorney and restaurateur, providing a stable yet demanding environment for the young Richard. His mother, Geraldine, was a peace activist, deeply involved in the civil rights movement and anti-war activism. These influences exposed Richard to a wide array of social and political issues from a young age. Richard grew up in a Jewish family practicing conservative Judaism, with roots tracing back to Eastern European Jewish traditions, as his paternal grandparents were immigrants from Austria, Hungary, and Russia. Richard's early years were marked by frequent relocations. The family moved often due to Norman's search for better job opportunities. When Richard was 9 years old, the Dreyfuss family made a significant move to Los Angeles, California. This relocation was pivotal for Richard's future. Settling in Beverly Hills placed the family in the heart of the entertainment industry, an environment that would greatly influence Richard's passion for acting. The move to Los Angeles was not only a search for better opportunities for his father, but also set the stage for Richard's growing interest in acting. From a young age, Richard showed a keen interest in acting. The cultural environment of Los Angeles and its proximity to Hollywood nurtured this interest. Despite the frequent moves and the disruptions they caused, Richard remained focused on his passion. His mother, Geraldine, was particularly supportive of his ambitions. She encouraged him to explore acting and provided him with the emotional support he needed. Geraldine's activism also exposed Richard to a broader world of political and social issues, which would later influence his work as an actor. Richard attended Beverly Hills High School, known for its strong performing arts program. Here, he participated in various school productions, honing his craft and gaining valuable stage experience. His high school years were a blend of academic pursuits and a growing commitment to acting. In addition to school plays, Richard was involved with community theaters and local acting workshops. This early exposure to the stage helped him develop a solid foundation in acting. His talent was apparent, and he quickly gained a reputation as a promising young actor. Despite his dedication to acting, Richard's academic performance was inconsistent. He struggled with traditional schooling, finding it difficult to focus on subjects that did not interest him. His real passion lay in the arts, and this often took precedence over his studies. However, his teachers and peers recognized his talent and encouraged him to pursue his dreams. One of the most significant experiences of Richard's early life was his time at the West Side Jewish Community Center. Here, he participated in drama workshops and productions, further solidifying his love for acting. The community center provided a supportive environment where Richard could explore his talents alongside other young Jewish actors. Richard's teenage years were not without personal challenges. His parents' marriage was troubled, and they eventually divorced. This had a profound impact on Richard, who channeled much of his emotional turmoil into his acting. His ability to convey deep emotions and complex characters was partly a result of these early personal struggles. Despite these challenges, Richard remained determined to pursue a career in acting. By the time he graduated from high school in 1965, he was resolute in his decision to make acting his profession. After high school, Richard enrolled at San Fernando Valley State College, now California State University, Northridge. However, he soon realized that the traditional academic path was not for him. His passion for acting far outweighed his interest in academic studies. After a brief stint at college, he dropped out to focus entirely on his acting career. This decision marked the beginning of a challenging yet rewarding journey. To support himself, Richard took on various odd jobs. He worked as a clerk and a hospital orderly, among other things. Balancing work and auditions was challenging, but Richard remained steadfast in his pursuit of acting opportunities. His dedication paid off when he started landing small roles in television shows and commercials. These early roles, though minor, were significant milestones in his acting career. They provided him with valuable experience and exposure in the entertainment industry. The acting journey. In 1964, when Richard was just 17, he took his first big step into the acting world. His first gig was a small part in the popular TV show Peyton Place. It wasn't a huge role, but it was a foot in the door. After that, Richard appeared in several TV shows like Bewitched, Gidget, and The Big Valley. These roles weren't big, but they gave him good experience and started getting him noticed in the industry. During this time, Richard also got involved in community theater and smaller stage productions. The Los Angeles theater scene was full of energy, and Richard dove right in. He performed in many plays, which helped him sharpen his acting skills and meet important people in the industry. He also took classes at the Beverly Hills Playhouse, a well-known acting school that has trained many successful actors. This training was crucial in helping him get ready for bigger roles. Richard's big break came in 1967 when he got a part in the TV show Gunsmoke. He was in 2 episodes, which gave him more exposure and a chance to show off his acting chops. Around the same time, he started gaining attention for his theater work too. He performed in several plays at the Mark Taper Forum in Los Angeles, one of the top theaters in the city. These performances showed his versatility and caught the eye of casting directors in Hollywood. In 1967, Richard made his film debut with a small, uncredited role in The Graduate, where he played a boarding house resident. Even though it was a brief part, the film's success connected him with important industry people and showed his potential. The next year, he had another minor role in Valley of the Dolls. These early film roles helped him establish a foothold in the industry and opened the door to more opportunities. The early 1970s were a turning point in Richard's career. In 1971, he played Babyface Nelson in the film Dillinger. This role was significant because it showed his ability to portray intense, complex characters. His performance was well received, marking his shift to more substantial film roles. That same year, Richard appeared in The Last Picture Show, directed by Peter Bogdanovich. He had a small but memorable role as a young boy from a neighboring town. The film was a major success and was nominated for 8 Academy Awards, boosting Richard's profile in the industry. Being part of such a prestigious project gave him invaluable experience and cemented his reputation as a talented actor. In 1972, Richard continued to build on his early successes with more prominent roles, setting the stage for a decade that would define his career. His breakout role came in 1973 when he starred in American Graffiti, directed by George Lucas. The film was a hit, becoming a classic that depicted the early 1960s American youth culture. Richard played Kurt Henderson, a recent high school graduate unsure about his future. His performance was praised for its authenticity and emotional depth, establishing him as a leading actor in Hollywood. After American Graffiti, Richard took on a challenging role in The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz, 1974, a Canadian film based on Mordecai Richler's novel. He played Duddy Kravitz, an ambitious young man willing to do anything to achieve his dreams. This role showcased his versatility and earned him critical acclaim, solidifying his reputation as a capable actor. The mid-1970s brought some of Richard's most memorable roles. In 1975, he starred in Steven Spielberg's Jaws, playing marine biologist Matt Hooper. This role was pivotal, as Jaws became the highest-grossing film of its time and a cultural phenomenon. Richard's portrayal of Hooper, blending humor and intelligence, made him a household name. In 1977, Richard teamed up with Spielberg again for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. He played Roy Neary, an ordinary man who has a life-changing encounter with a UFO. Richard's portrayal of Neary's obsession and transformation was widely praised, and the film was both a critical and commercial success. His ability to convey the character's emotional journey captivated audiences and critics alike. Richard's career peaked in 1977 with his role in The Goodbye Girl, directed by Herbert Ross and written by Neil Simon. He played Elliot Garfield, an actor who unexpectedly becomes a roommate to a woman and her young daughter. Richard's performance was charming and nuanced, earning him the Academy Award for Best Actor. At just 30, he was the youngest actor to win the award at that time, holding the record for 25 years. This achievement was a significant milestone in his career, highlighting his exceptional talent. In the late 1970s, Richard continued to take on diverse and challenging roles, further proving his versatility. In 1978, he starred in The Big Fix, playing private detective Moses Wine. The film was well received, and Richard's performance was praised for its wit and depth. He also appeared in The Competition, 1980, a romantic drama about a piano competition co-starring Amy Irving. This film showed his ability to handle romantic drama, adding another dimension to his impressive acting skills. Drug addiction amidst growing career. Despite his professional success, Richard faced major personal challenges during this time. By the late 1970s, he was battling drug addiction, which started to affect both his personal life and career. He later admitted that he was using cocaine heavily, leading to erratic behavior and strained relationships with colleagues. Even though Richard was struggling with addiction, he never lost his commitment to acting. Despite the chaos in his personal life, he continued to deliver powerful performances, showing his resilience and dedication. His ability to keep performing at a high level, despite his personal issues, highlighted his professionalism and talent. Richard's personal life during this period was very rocky. His relationships often suffered due to his addiction and his intense focus on his career. It was hard for him to maintain stable personal connections because his erratic behavior and substance abuse were tough on those around him. Despite these challenges, Richard stayed respected in the industry, known for his talent and dedication. At the start of the 1980s, Richard's career was still riding high from the success of the previous decade. But his personal life was becoming more chaotic due to his struggle with cocaine addiction, which started to damage his professional reputation and personal well-being. In 1982, Richard hit a major low point. He crashed his Mercedes-Benz into a tree in Beverly Hills and was found with cocaine in his car, leading to his arrest. The media frenzy that followed was intense. This incident made Richard realize just how serious his addiction had become and the impact it was having on his life. It was a public wake-up call for him, showing the world the depths of his struggles. After the crash, Richard took serious steps to tackle his addiction. He went into rehab and started his journey to recovery, a period filled with self-reflection and healing. Overcoming addiction wasn't easy, but it showed Richard's determination to get his life and career back on track. Richard made his return to movies in 1983 with The Man Who Loved Women, directed by Blake Edwards. The film got mixed reviews, but it marked his comeback and showed his resilience as an actor. The story of a man reflecting on his past romances allowed Richard to explore deep emotions and human vulnerabilities. In the mid-1980s, Richard took on important roles that re-established him as a top actor in Hollywood. In 1986, he starred in Down and Out in Beverly Hills, a a comedy directed by Paul Mazursky. Richard played Dave Whiteman, a wealthy man whose life changes after taking in a homeless person, played by Nick Nolte. The film was a hit and well received by critics, helping restore Richard's reputation. His performance showcased his comedic timing and his ability to handle dramatic undertones, earning him praise for his versatility. In the same year, Richard appeared in Stand By Me, directed by Rob Reiner and based on Stephen King's novella The Body. He played the adult Gordy LaChance, who narrates the story. The film was a major success and has since become a classic, with Richard's performance praised for its warmth and nostalgia. His voiceover work added a reflective and emotional depth to the film, contributing to its enduring legacy. The late 1980s brought continued success for Richard. In 1987, he starred in Tin Men, directed by Barry Levinson. The film, set in the 1960s, explores the rivalry between two aluminum siding salesmen. Richard's performance, alongside Danny DeVito, was well received, showcasing his ability to handle both comedic and dramatic roles. The chemistry between Richard and Danny added a dynamic and engaging element to the film, praised for its witty dialogue and sharp social commentary. In 1989, Richard had a notable role in Stakeout, a comedy thriller directed by John Badham. He played Detective Chris Lecce, who, along with his partner, is assigned to stake out a woman connected to an escaped convict. The film was a box office success and demonstrated Richard's versatility as an actor. His performance balanced humor and tension, contributing to the film's appeal and commercial success. That same year, Richard married Jeremy Rain, a writer and producer. They had 3 children together: Emily, Benjamin, and Harry. Despite the pressures of Hollywood and his personal battles, Richard remained dedicated to his family, striving to balance his career with his responsibilities as a husband and father. His commitment to his family provided a stable foundation amid the chaos of his professional life. Mental health struggles. During the 1990s, Richard faced some serious personal challenges, including his ongoing battle with bipolar disorder. He was very open about his mental health issues, which helped to reduce the stigma and encouraged others to seek help. Despite these struggles, Richard stayed active in his career and kept delivering strong performances. His courage to speak out about his condition was impactful, highlighting the importance of mental health awareness. In 1996, Richard got into a publicized altercation with actor and director Robert Shaw at a charity event. Though the incident made headlines, it didn't have a lasting impact on his career. Richard continued to keep a busy work schedule and stayed focused on his acting. While the altercation was an unfortunate moment, it was overshadowed by his dedication to his craft and his ability to deliver compelling performances. Richard's career in the late 1990s and early 2000s was a mix of comedic and dramatic roles, showcasing his versatility. In 1999, he starred in The Crew, a comedy about a group of retired mobsters. The movie got mixed reviews, but Richard's performance was praised for its comedic timing and charm, proving he could still engage audiences with humor. In the same year, Richard took on a more dramatic role in The Old Man Who Read Love Stories, playing the title character in a film adaptation of Luis Sepulveda's novel. This role allowed him to explore a deeper, more introspective character, showing his range as an actor. In 2001, Richard returned to television with a role in the CBS series The Education of Max Bickford. He played the title character, a college professor dealing with personal and professional challenges. Even though the series was short-lived, Richard's performance was well received. His portrayal of Max Bickford captured the complexities of a man dealing with midlife crises, academic pressures, and family dynamics. This role marked his return to TV after many years, reaffirming his adaptability and appeal across different media. Temporary break and return to acting. During the early 2000s, Richard Dreyfuss became quite vocal about his political views and social issues. He was a strong critic of the George W. Bush administration and the Iraq War. Using his celebrity status, Richard often appeared on news programs and talk shows to share his opinions, pushing for political change and more civic engagement. His speeches were passionate and showed his deep commitment to social justice and public service. In 2004, Richard took a break from acting to study at St. Antony's College, Oxford. He enrolled in a civics program with the goal of promoting civic education and engagement in American schools. This move showed his dedication to public service and education. He believed that a well-informed public was essential for a healthy democracy and aimed to create programs that would encourage young people to be responsible citizens. Richard returned to the big screen in 2004 with the film Silver City, directed by John Sayles. This political satire had Richard playing Chuck Raven, a cynical political consultant. His performance was praised for its sharpness and wit, reflecting his keen understanding of politics and his ability to bring intelligence and cunning to his characters. This role resonated well with Richard's own political activism, adding authenticity to his portrayal. In 2006, Richard portrayed Dick Cheney in the controversial TV movie The Path to 9/11. The film, which depicted events leading up to the September 11 attacks, sparked significant debate about its historical accuracy and political implications. Richard's portrayal of Cheney was part of this controversy, with mixed reactions from critics and audiences. Despite this, his role highlighted his willingness to take on challenging and provocative characters. The 2000s were also a period of personal challenges and controversies for Richard. In 2004, he went through a highly publicized divorce from his second wife, Jeremy Rain, after nearly 30 years of marriage. The divorce involved disputes over finances and custody of their children, adding significant stress to his life. Despite this, Richard continued to focus on his career and public engagements. In 2006, Richard found himself in a legal dispute with a neighbor over a property boundary. The disagreement escalated into a lawsuit that caught media attention. Although the issue was eventually resolved, it added to the personal stress Richard was experiencing during this time. These events, while challenging, did not deter him from his professional commitments or his passion for acting and activism. In addition to his film and television work, Richard returned to the stage, rekindling his passion for live theater. In 2004, he starred in a production of Sly Fox, a comedy based on Ben Jonson's play Volpone. The play received positive reviews, and Richard's performance was praised for its energy and comedic timing. His ability to captivate live audiences demonstrated his enduring talent and love for the theater. In 2006, Richard took on the role of Matt Drayton in a London stage production of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, a role made famous by Spencer Tracy in the 1967 film. This performance allowed him to explore themes of race and social change, reflecting his ongoing interest in important societal issues. His return to the theater was a testament to his commitment to his craft and his desire to engage with challenging material. In 2008, Richard made a notable return to the big screen in Oliver Stone's biographical film W, which focused on the life of President George W. Bush. Richard played Vice President Dick Cheney, a controversial figure known for his influence and divisive policies. The film received mixed reviews from critics, but Richard's portrayal of Cheney was generally praised for its intensity and accuracy. His performance captured the complexities of Cheney's character, making it a standout element of the movie. In 2009, Richard appeared in My Life in Ruins, a comedy set in Greece. He played Irv Gideon, an older tourist who helps the protagonist, a tour guide, rediscover her passion for life and love. While the film received mixed reviews, Richard's performance was noted for its warmth and humor, adding charm to the story. His ability to bring depth to his characters, even in lighter roles, was appreciated by audiences. Richard's passion for acting remained strong in the early 2010s. In 2010, he joined the cast of the science fiction thriller Piranha 3D, playing Matt Boyd, a character reminiscent of his iconic role in Jaws. The film was a commercial success, and Richard's appearance was a nostalgic nod to his earlier work, delighting fans of the classic shark movie. In 2011, Richard played Bernie Madoff in Madoff with America, a TV movie about the infamous Ponzi scheme. His performance was well received, highlighting his ability to portray complex and morally ambiguous characters. This role added to his repertoire of playing real-life figures, showcasing his versatility and depth as an actor. Beyond his acting career, Richard remained deeply committed to promoting civic education. In 2010, he officially launched the Dreyfuss Civics Initiative, a non-profit organization aimed at revitalizing civics education in American schools. The mission was to encourage students to become informed and engaged citizens. Richard believed that a strong foundation in civics was essential for the health of a democracy. His efforts reflected his long-standing belief in the importance of civic engagement and education, aiming to provide the tools and resources needed to foster this in young people. Richard continued to pursue his love for theater during this period. In 2012, he starred in a stage production of The Exonerated, a play about 6 wrongfully convicted death row inmates. The play, combining documentary-style elements with dramatic reenactments, received critical acclaim. Richard's performance was praised for its emotional depth and commitment to social justice issues. His involvement in the play highlighted his dedication to using his craft to shed light on important societal topics and advocate for change. In 2014, Richard appeared in the comedy drama Cass and Dillon, directed by Jason Priestley. He played Dr. Cass Pepper, a terminally ill man who embarks on a road trip with a young woman. The film was well received, and Richard's performance was highlighted for its poignancy and humor. His ability to balance serious and comedic elements showcased his skill as an actor and his ability to connect with audiences emotionally. That same year, he starred in the political drama Zipper, portraying George Hiller, a seasoned politician. The film, which explores the dark side of political ambition, showcased Richard's ability to handle complex and multifaceted characters. His portrayal of Hiller was compelling, adding another layer to his diverse acting career. In 2015, Richard took on a guest role in the popular TV series Parenthood, playing Gilliam T. Blount, the estranged father of Mark Sear. His performance added depth to the show's storyline and was appreciated by both fans and critics. This guest role further demonstrated Richard's versatility and his ability to leave a lasting impact, even in smaller parts. Controversy after controversy. Throughout this period, Richard Dreyfuss faced quite a few personal challenges and controversies. In 2011, he didn't hold back from criticizing President Barack Obama's administration, sharing his frustration with the lack of progress on some issues. His comments sparked a lot of debates and showed his willingness to speak his mind on political matters, no matter the potential backlash. Richard's outspoken nature and strong beliefs continued to shape how people saw him. In 2013, Richard found himself in a legal battle with a former business partner over a project that didn't pan out. The lawsuit, which was eventually settled out of court, grabbed media attention and highlighted the tricky nature of business relationships in the entertainment world. Despite these bumps in the road, Richard stayed focused on his work and advocacy efforts. By 2017, Richard was still active in the entertainment industry. He starred in The Last Laugh, a comedy about an aging comedian reuniting with his former manager for one last comedy tour. The film premiered on Netflix in 2019 and got mixed reviews, but Richard's performance was praised for its charm and wit. This role showed he could still bring warmth and humor to his characters, even later in his career. However, 2017 was also a tough year for Richard because of a major controversy. Amid the Us Me Too movement, writer Jessica Teich accused him of sexual harassment, saying the incidents happened in the 1980s while they were working on a TV project. Richard denied the allegations, admitting he had flirted with Tyke, but insisting he didn't behave inappropriately. He expressed his support for the Nalers Me Too movement and stressed the importance of listening to women's experiences. This controversy added a complicated layer to his public image, mixing his longtime advocacy for social causes with serious allegations. While Richard was dealing with professional challenges, his family was going through personal turmoil. In November 2017, his son Harry publicly accused actor Kevin Spacey of sexual assault. Harry claimed the incident happened in 2008, when he was 18 years old, while his father was in the room, rehearsing lines for the play Complicit, directed by Spacey. Harry's revelation added to the growing list of accusations against Spacey, who had been accused of sexual misconduct by several men. In a BuzzFeed news column, Harry detailed how Spacey put his hand on Harry's thigh and later groped him. Harry admitted he hadn't told his father about the incident for many years, only revealing it after the Me Too movement gained momentum. This public disclosure highlighted the widespread issue of sexual misconduct in Hollywood and brought extra scrutiny to Richard and his family. Harry's bravery in coming forward added to the broader conversation about sexual abuse and the importance of speaking out, even when the person involved is a powerful figure in the industry. Continued presence in the industry. Despite the controversies, Richard Dreyfuss continued to work steadily in the entertainment industry. In 2019, he appeared in the film Astronaut, playing Angus, a lonely widower who dreams of going to space. The film, directed by Sheila MacLeod, was praised for its heartfelt storytelling, and Richard's performance was noted for its emotional depth. His portrayal of Angus resonated with audiences, showcasing his ability to convey complex emotions and connect with viewers on a profound level. In 2021, Richard took on a role in the movie The Last Job, also known as Crime Story. He starred as Ben Myers, a former mob boss seeking revenge after being robbed. The film received mixed reviews, but Richard's performance was recognized for its intensity and gravitas. This role allowed him to explore darker, more complex characters, adding to his diverse portfolio and demonstrating his range as an actor. Richard continued to expand his horizons with new roles and projects. He starred in Sweetwater, a Western film where he played a pivotal character. This role added another genre to his extensive filmography, showcasing his versatility and willingness to tackle different types of characters and narratives. Throughout this period, Richard remained vocal about political and social issues. He continued to advocate for civic education through the Dreyfuss Civics Initiative, emphasizing the need for informed and engaged citizens. His commitment to this cause underscored his belief in the importance of democracy and civic responsibility. Richard's activism demonstrated his dedication to making a positive impact beyond his acting career, using his platform to promote education and civic engagement. How he got slowly canceled. Besides his struggles with drug addiction and legal issues, Richard Dreyfuss started facing a lot of backlash for other controversies over the years. Feuds with co-stars. Throughout his career, Richard was known for his combative personality. He had several high-profile feuds with co-stars and directors. Notable conflicts included tensions with Bill Murray during the filming of What About Bob and Robert Shaw on the set of Jaws. These feuds painted a picture of Richard as a difficult person to work with, which further tarnished his reputation. 2023 Academy Awards controversy. In May 2023, Richard stirred controversy by criticizing the Academy Awards' new diversity rules aimed at promoting inclusion. The guidelines required that certain diversity standards be met for a film to be eligible for an award. Richard expressed strong opposition to these rules during an interview on PBS's Firing Line, stating that they made him vomit. He argued that artistic freedom should not be constrained by current moral standards. His comments were widely criticized as out of touch and offensive, further alienating him from many in the industry and the public. 2024 Cabot Theater incident. The most recent and perhaps the most bizarre incident occurred in May 2024 during an event at the Cabot Theater in Beverly, Massachusetts. The event, An Evening with Richard Dreyfuss plus Jaws, was supposed to be a celebration of the classic movie. However, Richard's behavior shocked and disappointed fans. He appeared on stage in a blue floral dress and trucker hat, stumbling and performing a strange dance to Taylor Swift's Love Story. During the Q&A session, Richard launched into an incoherent rant, insulting women, the LGBTQ+ community, and the Me Too movement. He made derogatory comments about his co-star Barbra Streisand and expressed prejudiced views against transgender individuals. The outburst led to a public apology from the theater and further damaged Richard's reputation.